To begin today's proceedings, I would now like to invite Mr. Yukti Gunasekara, Chairman of Project Transform, to share his thoughts on the importance of a good knowledge and vocational training and entrepreneurship for school principals. Over to you, sir.
Thank you, Ruvindu. Good morning and a very warm welcome to all of you to our webinar today on vocational training and entrepreneurship. On behalf of Project Transform, I warmly welcome you to this webinar. My job, I take it as twofold. One is basically this webinar is presented by Project Transform. So a quick introduction to Project Transform and also to set the context for today's webinar. Don't worry, I'm not going to present Mr. Suravira's presentation for you, right? So this is going to be as quick as possible. So Project Transform was started 2 years ago and consists of the Rotary Club of the University of Moratuwa and the YKG Foundation. And our objective is to contribute to the transformation of K through 13 education in Sri Lanka through 4 columns, basically, or 4 pillars, sorry. One is the Principals Leadership Program, where we work to develop the leadership capacity of principals, of government school principals across Sri Lanka. It's called the Principals Leadership Program. And this webinar is actually a part of the Principals Leadership Program. The second pillar is Skills for Life program, where we teach a 2-hour seminar on critical thinking and problem solving skills. The third pillar is a Train the Trainer program on public speaking skills. And I'm sure you are aware that critical thinking and problem solving and communication skills are part of the 21st century skills as enumerated by the World Economic Forum. Our fourth pillar is a website, and I would really like to invite you to explore our website. It's called transformedlanka.org. So that is our website, and this website is specially for principals, teachers, parents, and students. Today's webinar on vocational training and entrepreneurship is something which is critically important because our vision at Project Transform is not to leave any child behind in education. So, and you may be aware that about 40% of our students fall out of the system by the time they finish their O-levels, right? So the thing is, so this is why this webinar today is critically important, because how do we ensure that every student in Sri Lanka has a chance to select some vocation of his or her choice and to go forward? Because our system, as you know, is exam centered. And if you don't pass your O-levels, A-levels, and get university qualifications, right, you are basically on a bad wicket. So that's why this webinar is critically important, because our hope is that every student who enters our education system gets something out of it, some vocational training, some training in entrepreneurship, so that even if they drop out of our school system, they will be able to be successful in life. So that's basically the context for today's webinar. With that, please sit back and enjoy the webinar. And over to you, Ruvindu.
Thank you very much, Mr. Yukti, for that wonderful and insightful introduction and for setting the tone for today's discussion. Now, to introduce our distinguished guest speaker of the day, I would like to invite Rotractor Zeenath Rahmat, the Co-Director of Sports and Special Services at the Rotary Club of University of Moratuwa. Rotractor Zeenath, the floor is yours.
Today, we are honored to have with us Engineer B.H. Susantha Suravira, a chartered engineer and a leading expert in vocational training, apprenticeship, skill development, and the NVQ framework. He is the former Deputy Director General of the Tertiary and Vocational Education Commission, and he is a respected leader with over 3 decades of service in vocational training and technical education. He has been a driving force behind national programs that equip young people with the skills and confidence to build a successful future. Mr. Suravira is also a certified CEFE trainer, having completed advanced training of trainers in the entrepreneurship under his renowned German model for self-employment and enterprise creation. He is deeply passionate about introducing vocational training and entrepreneurship learning to schools, believing it can inspire students to become innovators and job creators. We are delighted to welcome Mr. Suravira today to share his valuable insights today. Over to you, Retractor Ruvindu.
Thank you, Retractor Zina, for that wonderful introduction. Now, I have the pleasure of inviting Mr. Yukti Gunasekara once again to moderate the session and guide us through the presentation by our guest speaker, Mr. Susantha Suravira, former Deputy Director General of the Tertiary and the Vocational Education Commission. Sir, over to you.
Thank you very much, Ruvindu. We kindly invite Mr. Suravira to have his presentation on the screen, and
okay, thank you.
Mr. Suravira, the floor is yours.
Okay, thank you.
If you could please put it onto slideshow, please.
Yes, I will do. Thank you for introduction and inviting me to this session. It is a pleasure for me to share my experience with vocational training to inspire students to join in large numbers. My subject is how school students can be inspired to follow vocational training and entrepreneurship. Now, this is a very important topic. My summary of presentation, I will cover these areas, importance of this topic, why this is a hot topic, present status of career guidance, some thought of career guidance again, why the present system does need improvement. There is a system already working, but it needs improvement. Different stakeholders and their expected roles, and thereafter, I will shift into vocational training after Q&A session. Why this is hot topic? It is known fact because substantial number of school leavers do not find higher education opportunities. Because parental objective as well as student first objective is to go to higher education, but they do not realize that objective. Thereafter, they have to find alternative pathways. As a result, large number come into vocational training as well, even now, even in the past, but there is a large percentage of need group. This need term is coined in the labor force survey. That is not labor force survey published by the Department of Census and Statistics. That is not in employment, education and training. This youth group is not in employment, they are not in education, they are not learning, they are not in training. That means they are idle. Large number. Next slide, I have put some figures taken from the labor force survey. Then there is a low skill trap. I would say low skill trap. Because those who are not coming to vocational training, those who are not getting high education opportunities and not joining vocational training, they go to employment in various sectors. I would say sales sector, supermarket, shopping malls, and pre-trade zone also. Those are low skill jobs. Usually they are short term. Low school leavers with low academic performance go for low skill jobs, resulting shortage of skilled labor. That has created shortage of skilled labor in the industry. Skilled labor because they are in a low skill job. But but end up that they stay in only in short time, because you see, we have seen young people in the shopping malls and supermarket 10 years ago. Even now there are young people. What has happened to young people who worked in 10 years ago? Where they have gone, right? Because they lose the interest of the job. Maybe salaries and promotions are not sufficient, and they finally end up as payment sellers. Now you see plenty of people, industry do not have skilled people, but plenty of people in payments, selling different items. And Satipola also, there are plenty of sellers. I do not say that is bad, but problem is they have made a wrong choice at young age, because they have not required the skill. That is the eventually they push to that job. Then other thing is, of course, this low skill trap that retates on also. There are so many production line operators doing only one job, like checking a semiconductor, quality of semiconductor. Just take it, see it, and put to the good box or bad box. That is only they are doing. They do not get any skill. Then, but only thing is, those who are with a good literacy and numeracy have a chance for promotion as supervisors. Good literacy and numeracy is school. That is very important thing. If they have good literacy and numeracy in the school, even without anybody's support, they can go ahead. But that is my belief, right? That is also, as that education sector, I also emphasize that point. Then this topic is important because unemployment among graduates also. Unemployment among graduates during schools also, they are preparing for higher education, but they should have appreciation of vocational training also. Because in case they are not performing well, there is a way to take. This is the labor force survey information. This is a need group. This is a need group that 5.13, 5.13 table, that is, you see, 22.6% of youth are in need group. Need group means, I told that, not in employment, education, or training. These are unemployment rate among young people. Unemployment rate 25 to 29, it is 20%. Though our unemployment rate is, total unemployment rate is 4.7, that among young people, that is very high. That is, overall employment rate is 4.7, but age group, that 25 to 29, it is 13%, and that altogether 20.4%. That female, among female, 8.7 among males. Again, GCA O level and A level. GC O level, it is 24.6. I think you can see unemployment rate. Then labor force participation, another figure. Labor force participation. Labor force participation, you see, among female, there is 23 data, 31% of females only in labor force. 31%. 68% male. I think this is further reduced now, 29%. There is a different formula that has to be lengthy discussion, but anyway, females also given that special attention to train them for employment. Then we have to take action. The school has to take action. BT institution, labor market means industry, and parents also. I do not say, even student has some responsibility. Young people also have some responsibility. right? But I will explain these 4 groups, right? Then present status, oh, sorry, it is moving automatically. Present status, some school teachers, of course, teachers and principals guide some students for vocational training. I have met many students. When I asked, how did you get information about vocational training? They told me teachers provided the information and principal provided this, right? Even not now many schools has some interest for that, but even 10-15 years ago also I have met student who got guided from the school. Then career guidance units and career guidance teachers also in the school, some schools that career guidance teachers are there. Facilitate VT institution to conduct career guidance program with career interest test, etc. Because there is a career guidance officers, VT institution visiting schools, they facilitate it. Sometimes they coordinate with them, and they conduct career guidance program. Some movement is there compared to our days. Our days, I can't remember anything that vocational training or anything coming to school, but now it is happening. Schools also take interest in. Uh, that is actually my extend my appreciation to schools, principals, and teachers. Why we should do the career guidance? Career guidance is actually that we should everybody has an interest to find the best job. Best job is not the always best job for individuals. It is defining sweet spot of the career. Sweet spot of the career. It is called if you go to uh, if you go to internet, you can trace career guidance. That sweet spot of the career. That is according to what brings you joy. Not only money. It should give you the joy as well. Then for what people pay, what I am good, my skill, my interest, my skill, and what people will pay. That is sweet spot that we have to assist student to find the sweet spot. This is the there is a link for that website, right? Then further explanation of career guidance. Can I see this? Can I remove these pictures? I cannot see sometimes slides. Okay. Further explanation of sweet spot. That do what you love and love what you do. Choose the job you love and you will never have a work a day in life. Because if we are doing a job we love, we do not get tired. Job gave the pleasure. That means we are not working. That way it is a. But one thing is career guidance. I have given another sentence found from the book. Career guidance is like a small lamp in a dark forest. Because a small lamp in that means torch in a large forest. You cannot see the whole forest from a torch. It doesn't give everything at once, but it gives enough light for your next step to be safe. You can next step. That is career guidance. Career guidance alone will not give a full answer for this this student interest. Why present system need improvement? Failure of fixed mindset. Failure mindset, that no growth mindset, opposite of growth mindset. Majority of these school leavers who are not getting opportunities for higher education, majority, not all, fail all their exam in the school. All their exam, maybe O level and A level, even term test they have not performed well. Therefore, it's a failure mindset there, right? That is a big barrier. Selecting a career or employment linked training program is difficult Now, why should we expect young person who doesn't know his or her skill to decide the job for the future? These young people, they do not know their skill. Should we expect them to select the right career for them at that age? It is difficult. 2 or 3 hour session of career guidance is not sufficient for them to make a career choice. Career interest test, career key, those are the career guidance tools used at present in many career guidance programs. They are good, but they do not give a precise answer because that is decided by a thinking. That I will show you, thinking alone is not sufficient. From thinking alone, it is difficult to decide your career or make a choice. Then external factors I put as external factors because many young people or their parents need immediate gratification. Gratification means benefits. Need a job immediately. Large number because of poverty, and young people immediately after school they need some petty cash in the hand. Therefore, they immediately go to some jobs in some low skill jobs. There is another thing, foreign employment mania. I would say foreign employment mania, because many people after school, even if vocational training come in their way, they say when I contact them, oh, I am waiting for a foreign employment. I don't want to try anything else. I am waiting for the, because next door person has gone abroad and sending money to their parents. This person also interested in that. They do not choose. That is also another barrier. Widen higher education opportunities also a barrier for vocational training. Not like 2-3 decades ago. Now any person with 3 A level passes, even without A level, can do a degree, right? that is a now. For example, now vocational training also has a criticism. People say in the past very bright people came from the vocational training. Now that is happening. That is a criticism. Now also that bright people are coming, but their brightness will be reflected after some time. That is different. But problem is now very few A level people come into vocational training. They go to higher education. Everywhere higher education opportunities are available, they go there. Then some will be successful, some all will not be successful. Then expected role of school, that inculcate positive growth mindset. Positive. That we have to remove that failure mindset. Even when they come to vocational training also, we have to do that. Vocational training, I don't think everywhere it is happening. Some places I have seen it is happening because their mindset is changed by instructors. They are not given the curriculum, but that some people take interest to make them positive mindset. Enable students to explore their practical intelligence, bodily kinesthetic intelligence, because that is a practical thing. Though they are not good at academic performance, they may be good in practical work. Why not creative work? That school has to explore those things and inculcate some positive mindset among them. Facilitate long-term thinking about careers and entrepreneurship. That is that because career development, deciding a career or vocation should be based on long-term thinking, because it is a very critical aspect of life. It is usually say it is the second birth, because your personality, your life, everything depends on your job after birth, of course. That is why it is called second birth, right? Therefore, it is a very critical factor. They need long-term thinking about careers. That has to be, that is that is why I'm saying that 3-hour career guidance program is not sufficient. Therefore, I'm proposing to have career explorers club in the school, like science club, art club, commerce club. So many other societies are there. Why not career explorers club in the school? Once a month they can have a meeting like that. I will give a term of reference for career explorer. Then reading material in the library also, that relevant reading material. Identify children interest through their writing and reading habits and working engagement. You see, people that we ask them to come to uh, uh, career guidance session and ask them to choose their career through the career interest test or career key. No, they are now some student take special interest in writing certain essays. If they are asked the scientific aspect of essay, they will go to library and refer those material. If there is a film about film, they go to that areas. Likewise, they school in the school they do references, studies, reading according to their interest. That has to be taken. That is not a one-time activity. For years they are doing it. Reading and writing. And engagement also. Certain activities, for example, school has a Vesak decoration. Some students take very high interest in Vesak decoration. That is creativity. Then if there is a sport meet, some people, sport activities, of course, they are recognized as well as organizing matters, those things, people take interest. Those things should be recorded and recognized. And we can maintain a record book. I put a record book for to write their engagement, reading, writing, and engagement. I put a student engagement journal. You can put another name, but reading and writing often reveal their curiosity, theme that attract their mind, which can focus their future interest. In other countries, UK and USA, they have a compulsory work experience also. That in the past, some UK, I think now it is not compulsory, but those things are tested in some other countries, but it is difficult thing. That inculcating growth mindset, they have not been tested on bodily kinesthetic intelligence, creativity, interpersonal intelligence, recognize and celebrating a small achievement. Now you see that we celebrate O-level, A-level results, but not their creativity and those things. Of course, sport activities also recognized, but other intelligence are not recognized. That those things are celebrated in the school. Then I think you also have seen this සියලු දෙනා අති දක්ෂයන්ගේ ඔබත් මාළුවෙකුගේ දක්ෂතාවය උසත් දක්ෂණ කියන. That means if I tell in English that skill should not be tested on some, that fish should be, skill of a fish should not be tested on the on his climbing skill, like that. These are the things coming through the WhatsApp. I put it. Then these are the type of intelligence, that theory of multiple intelligence taken from. Then we are all school performance are coming from that linguistic, mathematical, those intelligence that we are proposing to explore bodily kinesthetic intelligence and creativity also. term of reference for Career Explorers Club. Then monthly meeting, they can, for example, presentation by industrialists. Industrialists could be invited. Student or group of student could study about that month vacancies in the newspaper, like so many vacancies. They can study those vacancies and present it. Then that student get exposure to those jobs, and some student may take further interest in certain jobs and do the self-study. For the self-study, those materials should be available in the library. Career article collected from the website and newspapers that they could be presented in this meeting. Organize visit to training centers and industries, though that we cannot provide them practical training in the industry. Industrial visit could be arranged, organized for the student, because those industrialists could be invited first. Then if we request that industrialists to facilitate some industry visit for the school, then they take, not all will go to that industry. Some take interest about that industry and do the further study. Maybe job shadowing is possible. Job shadowing is also a career guidance tool, because they get friendly with one of them and follow his footstep, like that. Get one student, the people interested in that his career can get friendly with him and have a chat. Nowadays, because phones and video phones, everything available, that is very easy. You can study that what is job shadowing from the internet. Organize notice board for the club, for school student to display various career information. That type of thing should be done. Then reading material, there are so many things. Socio-economic data 2025, Sri Lanka Labour Force Survey, annual report, labor market information bulletin published by tertiary and vocational education. In addition, there is a globally, there is a labor shortage, talent shortage survey. Talent shortage survey. I search for that. I usually every year I search for it, but now it is format is changed because of the AI has come. Because of the AI has come, now its format has changed. Then I took a global skill shortage survey, like that. So many things, they are available. It is right. Work experience also. Flame of passion for a career is fanned by engagement, not by thought. That is why career guidance alone is not sufficient. That engagement, people. That is why that we follow a course, we follow a degree, and go to job. After some time, we change the job. Job means career. Completely. Certain engineers become accountant sometimes, because their interest change. At the workplace, they understand there are different areas for me where my skill could be resonance. Resonance is that vibration with high amplitude, right? Then people understand different areas when they go to work only. Then this School to Work Opportunities Act. There is America. There is a thing. There is a picture. This picture is about the Obama's daughter has follow the work experience program in a restaurant, seafood restaurant. America, it is facilitated. That is also area we have to explore. Then role of VT centers. That's why the school thing I explained. Role of VT centers. VT centers also, there is a big challenge, because compared to school, majority of vocational training centers are not very attractive. Because every city has a very big school, right? We do not have big vocational training throughout the country. Of course, there are technical colleges, maybe 39 technical colleges are there. They are in the major cities. But other centers, German Tech, Japan Tech, Katunayaka, there are handful of centers at national level. When they, for example, I usually take example, a very remote area, even that city, that there is a big school, somehow they get admission to that school. When that boy or girl do not get through the O level or A level, they come to vocational training, that give them a shock. Because our centers are not that equipped or attractive, maybe facelift is required. That has happened because investment coming to vocational training is not very high. That is the problem. But therefore, it is an area we need to address. Then other thing is course mix. Course mix is number of courses. Now, not like in the past. Now, young people has that different aspiration because they know jobs available throughout the world. Now, for example, I went through the courses available in Colombo district. Altogether, it is 125 type of courses. 125 type of courses. Courses are there, 1,000 courses, but one course, welding course, there are welding courses, maybe 50 numbers, maybe that now. I mean, welding I take as a one, like that type of courses, occupation. Maybe Colombo district facilitate training for 125 occupation. But labor market has 1,000 odd occupation. Through the media, they get the information about the jobs available. We cannot cater to them, but of course, our apprenticeship, not training center, apprenticeship is an industry-based training. Apprenticeship, there is a facility to provide any industry-based training, but that should be strengthened. Then facilitate female-friendly occupation. I would say female-friendly occupation. Sometimes it is a not good term. People say you cannot name any occupation as female-friendly or male-friendly, but labor market there is a male-dominant occupation, female-dominant occupation. For example, automobile, carpenter, masonry, those things male-dominated. Secretarial practice, nursing, that type of thing, females are going. But there is a to increase the participation, female participation in labor force, it has become necessary to expand number of occupation available for females, as they are not coming to all the occupation. Of course, females are coming. Our labor market do not accommodate that. That is the problem. I do not say females are coming, but when we go to the industry, that is a female labor, that workplace is not female friendly. Sometimes the sanitary toilet facilities, those things are not very well facilitated. Restrooms, those things are not available. Maybe then that other thing is give orientation to undertake on the job training and industrial training, especially to female, because when females visit industry, sometimes they face difficult situation. Therefore, we have to provide them orientation, not only girls, boys also, because that is very important now. I would say there is a different conflict between school culture and industry culture. school practices and industry practices. For example, now, not like our days, I did schooling in 70s and 60s and 70s. At that time, our parents were very strict, school were strict. When we go to industry also is strict. Now situation is changed. Home is people that children friendly, school also children friendly, but workplace is not yet changed. Workplace, lot of pressure coming when you go to the job, right? That is the one problem for this employment. I have seen people coming to on the job training because that way at our senior level we were in the offices. Even that young people come to office if they were not scolded or some advices were given by the senior officers. Next day they stop coming. Next day they stop coming to work. I have seen, right? Because they go home and say, mother, I do not feel to go because my boss, that person, officer is not friendly with me. I don't feel to. Then mother say, oh, if it is difficult, you stay at home. Because one or two children know that our time there is not like that. 7, 8 children at home. There is a pressure to leave the home. Right now parents advise, if it is difficult, you stay at home. Simple. Students do not come, that trainee do not come to work next day, right? That also has to be addressed. That therefore orientation to should be given well to set them into the workplace. That is a vocational training part. School also, I think that Career Explorers Club has to address those things. Then role of industry, OJT provide on-the-job training and employment. Majority of industries are providing that. That is good. But look, they have a role to look after trainings. Because so far in the school and vocational training, they were student. Student means they were trainees, means they are not adults. When they come to when they step into the workplace, they are adults. They are treated as adults. That student has a difficult to face that transition. Student to adult transition, right? Then industry should know that. Problem is industry is not sensitive. Even trainees have complained me that one girl was working in a hotel that she has well established that I met her at a tracer study. We conduct time to time tracer studies to find out how that employment rate of the trainees. Then she told me hotel take student at their peak time. Peak time means tourism peak time, maybe December. The trainee come. That first day itself, they has to wash 500 plates at once. Right? Heavy workload. Because tourism peak period, they take the trainees. That is a problem because that has to be planned very well because look after the trainees and new employees, not only trainees, new employees, until they come up to the non-return point. Non-return point means after acquiring certain skill, they do not give up the job. They do not give. I put a non-return point, right? Non-return. There is a non-return point because after acquiring certain level of skill, people feel that is my job. But without skill, they do not embrace that job. They leave at any time. Therefore, industry has a role to look after trainees coming for on-the-job training. as well as new employees as well. New employees until they acquire the skill until non-return point. That is a requirement. Industry do not much aware. They contact vocational training centers. Only thing they have a pressure of shortage of skill. Ask them to then. But when we send, they not only that industry, they leave the job itself. Our training also wasted because they are thinking that now this is not the job for me. Then other thing is skill equilibrium. That is also similar to that female friendly occupation. I will go to next slide then. That female friendly occupation. Now you see, recently I saw in the newspaper is 2017, that a group of females have been recruited as crane operators, because crane operator is not a very difficult job, right? But it has a cognitive and hand dexterity also there, and that hand and those things are required practical skill, but it is not a difficult job for females. That a group of females, so that is a female, that the identification of female friendly occupation. Now skill equilibrium, I have put another thing, this called skill equilibrium. Skill equilibrium, it is, for example, the skill equilibrium is this, that working conditions should be there, welfare measures should be there, then salaries should be there. Those things should be in an equilibrium position, because if one is broken, that there will be skill shortage. For example, I still can remember that 17 and 80s. At that time, skill level was very low. For example, construction worker need not to know tiling. At that time, tiling was not frequent thing. Not sophisticated bathroom, no sophisticated bathroom at that time. Then that means low skill level, salary is also low, working condition also low, but it was in an equilibrium position, no skill shortage. Now high skill equilibrium. Now we should come to high skill equilibrium, because demand is high. Demand for skill also very high. For example, mason should know all type of masonry work, because then quality should be, we expect very high quality from them, right? But working condition, those things are still poor. For example, sorry, I didn't keep a clock. What is the time now?
Now it's almost 5 to 11, but keep on going. That's fine. Thank you.
In that working condition, I would say that construction workers, I take the example. Now you see construction workers, when they come to construction site, no TV, sometimes no electricity, no good bathroom. I mean, not in a big construction site. I mean, people are, when constructing a house, by the side they put a hut, they have to stay in that hut. Sometimes no electricity, no TV, like that. My point is, our country agriculture workers get better working condition than the construction workers. Agriculture workers, I say that I have worked in the agriculture department sometime in 80s. Then I have gone to farmers field during transplanting of paddy. At that time, that was a common practice. No? The transplant paddy seedlings are transplanted by women. Then harvesting. Lot of women coming from outstation to Anuradhapura and Polonnaruwa. A lot of women coming from Mahata Lake and the Kegol area as group. As a group, but to undertake a work They should be provided accommodation, provided meals. Then TV is a must. TV was a must. If there is a TV at the accommodation, they do not come. TV is a must because teledramas, they want to see that entertainment should be provided, right? I asked them what was the practice in 70s because TV was not available. At that time, they had to uh, take these people to 9:30 show in the film hall. There were film hall at that time, right? They were film hall comparatively. They are well functioning. They had to take these females to 9:30 show by their tractor. Uh, therefore agriculture workers working conditions are better than these construction workers, right? that is my point. Now, for example, now you see this is how construction workers travel in Colombo. Now this is a train truck. These are, I took this from my car. That is, you can see the train drop in my windscreen. I took this while in a traffic jam in the Borella. This is a Borella. For example, can't you see Srina Palace? Srina Palace, that is in Borella. Now they are this highly unsafe. Highly unsafe. Parents do not send them for construction works because parents were worried because they are open tracking, they are going under rain. That is a situation. Those things should be changed. But I will put one slide from Singapore. Mall's toilet. Mall means shopping mall toilet. Ban construction crew raises instinct. This says shopping malls has a ban the toilet for construction workers, but there is a public protest. There is a public protest for that because they should be allowed. But our country also that type of thing should happen. If they are ill treated, public should be sensitive to that. That is the thing. Then skill equilibrium I explained. But therefore, these things should be balanced. That is the industry role because salary, working condition, welfare measures, accommodation, those things should be well balanced. Then only they get me. I would say there is a slogan that you say there is no such thing as skill gap. Now we talk about skill gap because skill gap, when employers say there is a skill gap, what they are often really saying is that they can't find workers willing to work for the pay they are willing to pay. Right? People are not ready to work for that pay. If that pay increase, people come. Sometimes industry may not like this type of thing of the same, but that is a reality. Then this is a sorry, has happened. Parents' role, not to push children to realize parents' dream. That is everywhere. Parents look at the children as embodiment of unfulfilled dream. That is the parents should stop that one. Identify the inborn talent and interest of children and communicate that to career guidance officers. Now, really, parents should be educated to identify their children's talents. We are not bothered. Even our career guidance officers do not talk to them. Career guidance officers, not only children, but I can remember my mother had some understanding about my interest, right? But at that time, I was not educated to understand that that type of thing. She also was not educated to communicate it to that relevant parties. But today, mothers are more advanced than earlier. They could be educated to identify their children interest and communicate with the relevant authorities. Even selection of courses when they go to university, selection of courses also matters. Selection of stream, that also matters. That type of thing could be handled wisely if we could educate them, expose them to opportunities that align with the interest. Other thing is parents' role is inculcate life skill among children. That also very important because life skill like cooking, right? That washing, that type of thing, maybe financial management, keeping their cash management like that. Like then that life skill, so many life skill could be given to children by their parents. That also important because of this maybe tuition, those things. That part is skipped sometime, but that I can remember that our days, our childhood days, sisters were given how to prepare dressmaking, those things. They are given like that. Okay, vocational training part is over.
Yeah, Mr. Suravira, thank you very much. Commendations to you for talking about the importance of schools, what they can do to help the 40% odd people, the students who drop out. Basically, um, there's a lot of content actually, Mr. Suravira. So, starting off with one of your earlier slides about literacy and numeracy, you say are important. So
Yes,
what can, because this webinar is actually the targeted at school principals, right? So in your view, Mr. Suravira, what are the things that principals can do to help in the literacy and numeracy skills? Because you yourself said uh, that these skills are very important even when they go to vocational training schools, right? Earlier, those days it was A-level students, but now it's basically maybe not even O-level, right? So the thing is, so this is a critical part of this webinar, right? What are school principals, leaders supposed to do, right? So that we have students who are modern terminology, right? Who are future ready, who can do different things, not only just go to university. I hope I didn't confuse you. I mean literacy and numeracy, right? So what are the things that schools can do to prepare the students for the future? So that's basically my question. Vocational training, entrepreneurship, anything basically? You
it
like
is,
to comment on that?
this
Because
I
yeah.
can say it is very important. Now you see when the student come to vocational training,
Mm,
they have to write a diary. They
mm,
have to write a diary. It is a compulsory because writing diary is not a keeping record. It is thinking
mm,
because it is thinking.
mm,
School also give a thinking skill through mathematics and those things.
mm.
But our case, learning writing diaries, giving thinking that
Yeah,
learning.
it develops critical thinking skills in
Thinking
students. Yeah,
and thinking lead to learning.
right, right.
That today they do some work, they go home and write a diary. Then they have to think about what they did today,
Mm,
daytime.
mm,
That those thinking is learning.
mm,
Therefore, I have seen some student cannot write diary well. That is a problem for us. Now, for us in vocational training, when we read the international document, it says fill the gap in general education. Fill the gap in general education.
mm,
For example, technical education department give the mathematics classes for them, but when there is a job also because of the mathematics failure of mathematics, we have come here, but now you are trying to teach us mathematics. because they fail in mathematics. We have come to vocational training. Now you are trying to teach us mathematics, right?
Mm.
There is a joke, but problem is that our side, of course, we are trying to vocationalize in the mathematics. We are not going to teach them all mathematics. That mathematics relevant to
Basic math. Basic math. Yeah.
not be relevant to the vocation,
Mm. Mm.
relevant to their job.
Mm.
That part only.
Mm.
But I have my opinion, but I cannot advise the school about how to improve. I think school principals can explain that one.
Right. Yeah. So that's a good question. So why don't we put Mr. Naganthiraraja? You are here from. He's the principal of Odhusudan Mahavidyalaya in Mullaitivu. Um, Mr. Naganthiraraja, what steps can you take given Mr. Suraveera's had a lot of things to say, right? In terms of changes we need to make in schools, right? For example, we have libraries, but I don't know how many libraries are open to students. I went to Royal College and I spent most of my A-level days in the library, learning things
Hello,
on
sir.
my
Hello.
own. Yeah.
Hello, sir.
Yes. Hello. Yes.
Oh, tell me, sir. Hello.
Right. Yes, Mr. Piraksan. Yes. Yeah. What are schools? What can schools do? Because Mr. Suraveera has told a lot of things, for us to do
Okay.
in schools. Yes.
Oh,
So how can you support? For example, in some libraries, I think the libraries are closed, right?
oh,
So
yes.
how can students go to libraries when libraries are closed, right? So, yeah.
uh, now, sir, libraries are former, one of the former rooms are now. Lot of students are not use
Excuse
the
me.
library.
Yeah, excuse me. Just wait a second. If you are comfortable speaking, is Ilam? Are you there, Ilam?
Yes, uncle. Yeah.
Yeah, Mr. Piraksan, if you want, you can talk in Tamil. We have a translator who will translate it for you.
Okay. Hello.
Yeah, but let's move quickly. We are losing time. Yeah, quickly. Yeah.
Oh, yes.
Yes, quickly.
ஓகே. பாடசாலைகளில் இப்பொழுது இருக்கின்ற நூலகங்கள் அவை வெறுமனே புத்தகங்களை தாங்கி இருக்கிற நூலகங்களாகத்தான் இருக்கின்றனவே ஒழிய சரியான முறைமையிலே நூலகங்கள் பயன்படுத்தப்படுகின்றனவா, அந்த நூலகங்கள் தொழில்நுட்பம் சார் விடயங்களை உட்படுத்தப்பட்டிருக்கின்றனவா என்பது கேள்விக்குறியாகவே இருக்கிறது. இன்றைக்கு தொழிற்கல்வி பற்றியும் இன்றைக்கு மாணவர்களுடைய முயற்சியாண்மை பற்றியும் நாங்கள் பேசிக் கொண்டிருக்கிற இந்த தருணத்திலே இப்பொழுது இருக்கின்ற கல்வி முறைமையிலே இன்றைக்கு நூலகங்கள் வலுப்படுத்தப்பட்டிருக்கின்றன என்பது கேள்விக்குறியாக இருக்கின்றது. உண்மையிலே நூலகங்கள் வலுப்படுத்தப்பட வேண்டும் அல்லது இந்த முயற்சியாண்மை தொழில்துறை சார் விடயங்களை உள்ளடக்கப்பட வேண்டும் என்பதே இன்றைக்கு இருக்கிற தேவையாக இருக்கிறது.
Yeah.
Hello.
So to translate, so currently libraries are mostly just for the namesake, just have books, but not sure whether the current education system, it's not sure whether we use it properly, and that necessary technologies that the current, like probably other libraries have on, we are not sure whether those are also implemented, and probably the education system should be in a better way so that the libraries can be used in a better manner, and also integrate this vocational training in such a way that libraries can be used for that as well.
அதே நேரத்திலே தொழில்நுட்பத்துறை சார் தொழில்நுட்ப கல்வி இன்றைய கல்வி திட்டத்திலே உட்படுத்தப்பட்டது மட்டுமல்லாமல் 13+ எஜுகேஷன் இன்றைக்கு எங்களுடைய கல்வி திட்டத்திலே உட்படுத்தப்பட்டிருக்கிற பொழுதிலும் சாதாரண தர பரீட்சைக்கு தோற்றிய மாணவர்கள் உயர்தரத்துக்கு செல்வதற்கு தகுதியற்றவர்கள் இன்றைக்கு 13 ஆண்டு கல்வியில் 13+ எஜுகேஷனிலே தொழில்துறை சார் கல்வியை பெறக்கூடிய வாய்ப்புகள் இன்றைக்கு பாடசாலை கல்வி திட்டத்துக்குள்ளே இருக்கின்ற பொழுதிலும் இன்றைக்கு எங்களுடைய பாடசாலையில் கூட அந்த 13+ எஜுகேஷன் சிஸ்டம் இருக்கின்றது. இருந்தாலும் நாங்கள் மிகவும் பிரயத்தனப்பட்டுக் கொண்டிருக்கிறோம் இந்த கற்கை நெறிக்கு மாணவர்கள் இணைத்துக் கொள்வதிலே. இன்றைக்கும் பெற்றோர்கள் மத்தியிலும் மாணவர்கள் மத்தியிலும் இந்த தொழில்துறை சார் விழிப்புணர்வு அல்லது இந்த தொழில்வாண்மை கற்கையை கற்றுக்கொள்வதால் எதிர்காலத்திலே அவர்களுக்கான நீடித்த வேலை வாய்ப்பு இருக்கும் என்பது பற்றிய சரியான புரிதல்கள் இல்லாமையாலும் இன்றைக்கு இருக்கிற இளைஞர்கள் உடனடியாகவே கையிலே பணத்தை பெற்றுக்கொள்ள வேண்டும் என்பதற்காக இன்றைக்கு சூழலில் இருக்கின்ற பல்வேறு உடனடி தொழில்களுக்கு சென்று கூலி தொழிலாளர்களாக மாறுவதையே விருப்பம் கொண்டிருக்கிறார்கள். இது மிகவும் நீடித்த ஒரு சவாலாகவே இருக்கின்றது. தேங்க்யூ.
So currently, even though there are technical systems that are implemented in the 13 plus education and even a bit of vocational training, even in their school, even though it is included in 13 plus education, parents and students don't have a great awareness of that and what kind of use and benefits they can get from that. So what students tend to do is like to get jobs which can immediately get benefits like salary benefits and such. So they tend to move to those areas as soon as possible. So it's better to give a better awareness to parents and students on how and like implement this, make it a better pathway for them to do this vocational training.
Okay, great. Thank you, Ilam, for the translation. So just to for the principals, by the way, if you can raise your hand or unmute and ask questions, so I'm going to go ahead with my questions. So Mr. Suravira, in his comments, he presented lots of things, right? Basically, literacy and numeracy skills, because I didn't see Mr. Piraksan, actually comment on that, because these are important things, right? The teaching of mathematics, right? I had my own daughter as an example. I mean, she was, not very keen, but I said, like, no, this is nothing to do with your sex, male or female. You can do it, right? And encouraged her, and then good teachers in school, and she's excellent in mathematics right now. So the thing is, so the teaching, so I didn't see any responses from the principals on that, right? Because I think the focus should really be on teaching, right? So the reading, writing, arithmetic, so that when even if students drop out of the school system, they would have these basic skills. So I didn't see the principal. I didn't hear that the principal commenting on that. Mr. Suravira also mentioned about failure, the fixed mindset, getting a fish to, climb the tree, right? So the thing is, so how do we in schools sort of make children aware of, different vocations, different possibilities there? Thank you for the comment on libraries. Maybe one of the principals can comment on the internet access, so that students can go and look at things which are out there. So that is something. And then also about the work possibilities, right? So the thing is, Mr. Suravira could also comment on having metal workshops, wood workshops because I remember seeing on social media, one of the schools had a workshop, basically, right, where tools were kept. So the school repairs were done by students, right? So these are practical things that school principals can show leadership initiative, right? So just throwing it out there for principals to comment. Sujata is having a hand up, so Sujata, over to you.
Thank you, Yukti. My question is, the education reforms as a proposal to introduce numeracy and literacy test in grade 9 and a career interest. Mr. Suravira made it clear that career interest is actually just one thing. Doesn't give a good, accurate picture, but still it's a good idea. But my question is to the principals here, and also to Mr. Suravira, whether it's a worthy exercise, that we should immediately introduce a numeracy and literacy test in grade 11. Because right now, everybody sit for the same math test, whether they are going to be an engineer or a professor, whether they are going into a technical vocation. So in Singapore, they offer all core subjects at 3 levels. Technical, they call it the first level, technical, normal, and express. At least we can't be going there immediately, but whether should we not ask for immediately a test, numeracy and literacy test, not just in grade 6, and the test is to be offered only in 2029. That's too late. So whether we can have it immediately, I would like to know the thoughts of Mr. Suravira and the principals here. What do they think a numeracy literacy test for grade 11, whether we can have it immediately, say to be implemented in 2027, and what they think about it.
Thank you, Sujata, for that question. Want to get the principals involved because Mr. Suravira doesn't run a secondary school, right? So, and then we'll come to Mr. Suravira. Can the principals please comment? We have Sister Shamali, if you could please comment. Sister Shamali?
Hello, yes. Can you
Hi.
hear me?
Yes, can hear you, sister. Good to have you on board today. Tell us.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think with the new education reforms, we are going to have a test in grade 9, but not in near future.
Right.
Somewhere in 2029 or
Right.
something.
Yeah, 2029. Yeah.
Right.
That is for grade 9 students.
Yeah.
Right.
But
Yeah.
you think of, maybe the school system should, I really think we should really urge the government to do that immediately, because we have too many children leaving the school system without the, Mr. Suravira said that, Mr. Suravira, we also like to know whether that would help answer your question about that children not being able to write a diary, not having the literacy and numeracy, the general education. Sister, what do you think? You think your school will be ready if we had it in, say, 2027?
Another thing is we are supposed to start new reforms from next year onwards for grade 1 and 6.
Yeah, that's...
So according to that, we'll have a test in grade 9 to decide whether they want to do higher studies in their field. They can choose a field. Something like that they have introduced now. But we are also not very clear of it. We are being introduced, but yet we haven't started yet. And the thing is, we are hoping to start it in 2026 for grade 6 students. So when they are in grade 9, they will face us to kind of a test to decide on which path, which field they want to do their higher studies.
Yeah.
That's the plan for now.
Yeah. Sujata, I have a question for you. Thank you, Sister Shamali.
Yeah.
Because you mentioned as per the new curriculum, it's in grade 9. Sujata, but from a policy point of view, is this too late in the day? Because one of the statistics I remember is grade 9, 15% of the students leave in grade 9, right?
Yes,
so the thing
yes.
is, so are we doing this test too late in the day? Because
Absolutely. No, it's they leave, but if they know that they can get a certificate at the end of grade 11 to show, Mr. Suravira said, they have the failure mindset. If they know that they can sit for this basic test and that if they fail the math, general math test, which is intended for everybody, actually for academic studies, if they are already told that, okay, you can sit for this numeracy and literacy test, and if you follow the courses, and if you do, and he said, children maintain in diary about what they do, and if they get a school living certificate with their extracurricular activities and their interests, they will have incentive to stay in school, and they will leave school honorably, not as failures, but with a school living certificate which says they have the basic literacy and numeracy, and they have followed these courses and they have done this extracurricular work. So it's a very simple thing to do, I think. What do you think, sister? Is it simple to? I like to ask the sister Yukti whether she thinks they can give a school leaving certificate to students given the courses they covered and the extracurricular work.
Yeah, Sujata, just a clarification. So this happens in grade 11, am I right?
Grade 11, yes.
Right.
But you said grade 9 is fine, but grade 9 also we should do, but grade 11, both these should be done immediately. I mean,
absolutely.
This is this is a 8-year curriculum cycle, right? And you're taking 5 years to in grade primary to implement that, and 4 years in junior secondary. That's not reasonable. It's supposed to be an 8-year cycle. It should be, everything should have been planned and implemented in, maybe they can give you 1 year to, just to get it right. And then in 2 years, everything should be applied to all the grades. So,
yeah,
but that's
actually
another.
Actually, we should have done this in 2023, but we couldn't. So we have postponed it in 3 years, and we are doing it next year because sometimes it is not easy to change things, especially in schools with teachers with their mindsets and all. Now these days, most of the teachers are being trained to for the module system. So from next year onwards, grade 6 will have a module system. So that they mostly it's based on activities. I think with that we might see a change in future, but we can't expect it in near future.
Thank you, Sister Shamali. Sister Shamali, another question for you. Now, the thing is, Mr. Suravira mentioned about literacy and numeracy skills, right? So the thing is, okay, so leave testing apart. So what can our schools do differently to address this skill set, so that, because our focus here in this webinar is also on the dropouts, right? Not so much the people who go to university. So the thing is, what can we do as schools to up the game in the 3 hours, right? You call, or the 4 hours, I can't remember, right? Reading, writing, arithmetic, so basic skills. Is there something we can do at the school level without any policy issues, policy interventions?
No, the thing is, we have introduced 13-year education program, but most children, they don't like to go. They are thinking that it is for the failures. Actually, it is not for the failures. It is for those who have skills, who have not succeeded in education. I mean, in maths and science. Those who have skills, they can actually go for higher education in this 13-year education system, but children, they are not willing to get enrolled into that. And also we introduce vocational training in grade 9. We take them to a VTA or whatever the place close to our schools, or most of the time from divisional secretariats, they send somebody to do that one test, skill test in grade 9. So in my when I was at Nayakakanda girls school also, we did that, and here at Nureli also we are planning to get them to do it. So then we give the students an idea in which way they are skilled and which way they can do their studies or whatever they like in future.
Sister Shamali, also Mr. Suravira in his presentation suggested specific things, right? For example, having an Career Explorers Club, so things like that. Basically, I think there's some more that he wants to share with in his second segment on entrepreneurship. Because I know in schools, like as school principals, Sister Shamali, you guys are pretty much inundated with lots of work, and this is additional work for you. Can you comment on that quickly, basically?
Yeah, we have entrepreneur clubs in schools. We are asked to have it, I think, from year 2021 onwards, like. And last year, one of our students, she introduced Neil Katarolu wine, and she got a prize also. So we have entrepreneur club in school, and there's a teacher in charge of it.
Wonderful. Great. So with that, it's a good transition to Mr. Suravira's second segment. Mr. Suravira, you might have to speed up now, right? Because otherwise we are running out of time. Yeah.
Sorry.
So the thing is, until Mr. Suravira gets to his point in the presentation, so the next segment is going to be on entrepreneurship, which is absolutely critical because what I've read is for any country to take off, we need 10% of the working population to be entrepreneurs. But in Sri Lanka, it's 3%. But we need to triple it as soon as possible. So yeah, over to you, Mr. Suravira.
Yes, entrepreneurship. Now, my opinion, every child has an entrepreneurial self-employment dream. in her mind. All of us, even I had one. right? All are thinking about before setting to wage employment. Everybody thinking about why not start a business or something like that. They should be encouraged to realize those dreams. Even baby eagles need a push for the first flight because eagles are champion of flying, but baby eagle needs some training that we have read in certain things. School and entrepreneurship program, as the principal explained, entrepreneurship club was introduced to school sometime back. I mentioned the name, Mr. Patrick Kamarasingh. He was the Secretary General of the Chamber of Commerce. He started this program. I have seen my daughter went to museums. That museums also there is a room with the label Entrepreneurship Club. Now, school has a mini polar program. Mini polar means mini fair that students bring certain items and sell them among teachers and among students. But I think that should be improved because I'm talking from the experience that my observation made during my daughter's participation in mini polar, right? That it is an entrepreneurship focus activity, but no focus on learning. That means that I can remember, I can give an example that my daughter may be at the age of 9 or 10, maybe 11. One day she wanted to take something for the polar. Then she got together with the mother and prepared some bookmark. 30, 40 bookmark, bookmark. She prepared the bookmark and she took to the polar, and it was priced at 10 rupees. 10 rupees. That when she come back, I asked what is the progress. Oh, I didn't have any work because within 5-10 minutes all the bookmarks has gone. 5-10 minutes, so that she was idling there after. She told, I didn't have much work because my bookmark were sold immediately because 10 rupee per bookmark, right? Next polar, she has a big hope, right? That she prepared again bookmark, took it, she priced them at 30 rupees. Only one was sold. Only one was sold. She was crying at home. Right? Because only one was sold. Now then that is good experience, right? Now those things should be discussed in the class. Why it was sold last time, why not this time? Right? That is a lesson. No, that those things did not happen. And I don't know, principals, teachers may not agree sometime. I don't know. My experience is that therefore that our training courses, that entrepreneurship training program, also entrepreneurship training always practical base. They have also polar. When we go to entrepreneurship, it has a SLE. SLE means structured learning experience. SLE, right? Structured learning experience, because it is if it applies tomorrow, today that should be explained to the student. What you are going to do tomorrow, then you may introduce certain concept like profit and customer care. Though so many things could be given some introduction, but not very deep because they are student. Then after this event, feedback should be discussed. What happened to your sales? What happened to your sales? Why it was not sold? Like that, those things should be discussed. Then that become a learning, reflection, some thinking. Because even they could be given an assignment on writing an essay. on their experience in Polar, right? That type of thing, even they can be issued a letter appreciation for participation like that, because then there is a learning that is not happening. I think their first entrepreneurial experience, it is not successful because proper learning is not happening. That is my opinion. Then entrepreneurship VT institution is now VT institution. It is organized very well. We have trained under ADB project. We have trained about 500 instructors, 500 instructors to undertake training. They have undergone TOT, training of trainer program. It is at that time it was about 21 days program. I also one training at that time. I also got a certificate of license. I got a license as an assistant trainer. Develop self-employment sensitization program. Manual was prepared how to sensitize. Then we at that time we gave some awareness program for the student. After completing the vocational training courses, certificate holders can follow this entrepreneurship development program. Identify business, develop business plan. The business plan usually include production plan, marketing plan, HR plan, and finance plan. Then final day, banks come and evaluate those proposals, and sometimes they agree to provide the funds. Then we have a loan scheme also that ADB established, gave some money, maybe 75 million at that time, to the central bank to give a low interest loan to these students through commercial bank. All the Bank of Ceylon, People's Bank, Commercial Bank, those things through them, they provide the loan. Loan collection also, repayment also at very good level. And that is working. That is working because we say technical people, it is easy to technopreneurship, that is a special, this word has come from the IT, but any technical person with the confidence, it is easy, right? But entrepreneurship drive those three, that entrepreneurs are recorded as 3%, but I think too many micro entrepreneurs are there in the country, right? All vocational training people come out, and not all, majority are working as own account workers. Own account workers means that is a labor force survey terminology. That mason, carpenters, they daily wage people, right? Nowadays they are not daily wage. They undertake contracts, small contract. They give the some contractual fee for the work, and they undertake the work that way, not daily wage. That means they are now, majority of them are working as entrepreneurs, right? Welding jobs, so many welding jobs. Now, I explained that the last time also. So, when we go to PETA, so many shops selling accessories for dressmakers, bag makers, candle makers, joystick makers, and many more. They are crowded with people because so many people are coming to purchase this thing. They are doing maybe micro entrepreneurs or part-time basis. They are doing that. But only thing is they are not developed as SMEs, at least small and medium enterprise. They are not developed because they do not have required entrepreneurial skill competencies. There are that entrepreneurial competencies. There are, when we go to website that entrepreneur.com, there are so many customer care, become known as expert, be accessible, financial management, so many other things are there. That entrepreneurial skill, but I have seen that that is one problem for our skill shortage also. That many large scale industries, people work 1 or 2 years and leave. because to work alone. Then for certain studies I have into those industries, they told me people leave to become entrepreneurs, so on their own workers, start alone. Right? They are very successful people. They leave the job and come and do very successfully. But they told me many of them come back again after 1 year or 2 year working alone because they fail in entrepreneurship. Because they fail in customer care, they do not stay there until they are fully skilled. Their skill level, this is technopreneurship, no? Because they should have technical skill. They do not, that immediately after vocational training, many people say even after on-the-job training, they do not stay there. They do not stay there until they are fully skilled. They leave and work alone, start working alone as a daily wage, because in Sri Lanka, daily wages are higher than monthly wages. Monthly wages may be for a mason, if monthly basis they are employed, maybe 50,000. The daily wages may be 5,000 rupees per day. Then if they work 10 days, only problem is there are risk. That is why they come back. Some of them come back again. Right? Not masonry area, electrician, those things, they come back again because skill level is not sufficient to work as an entrepreneur, because daily wage market and monthly wage market, there is a conflict. That is thing. Then what more to be explored? What more? E-entrepreneurship. E-startup also there, because e-entrepreneurship there is a e-entrepreneurship club. Now it is called online entrepreneurs club, e-entrepreneurship club. Computer people can work alone as entrepreneurs and produce their product in global market. There are global e-marketing platform like Fiverr, freelance service marketplace. That so many e-platform are there where people can do marketing like graphic design, those things they can do, because this area is not fully explored. Because our vocational training sector also have so many computer training centers and graphic design courses. Even they are not giving that sufficient exposure to student about these factors. That area we have to explore. Even school, I think this can be that if we entrepreneurship club can embark on these activities, or career explorers club can explore this one. This is I taken from their website, e-entrepreneur. There are various people to assist student. They may have some charge, but there is a guidance. Follow-up action. Now, after talking, we have to do something, because I am happy if some school establish Career Explorers Club, because we can discuss as explained. That can be discussed in depth, and you see that the schools are doing very well in certain clubs, science club, commerce club, like that. Similarly, this may be very successful because industry cooperation could be obtained. Maybe vocational training sector cooperation may be possible. As explained, that entrepreneurship clubs are already established, that could be reviewed. Minipolar with the structured learning. Minipolar may be happening even now, but it should be reformed with the structured learning. Recognize and celebrate creative and practical achievement. That should happen. Of course, school have celebration about academic performance and sport performance. Other areas also should be happen. Then introduce student engagement journal. That is my proposal. Up to you. We can have a further discussion. Yes, Q&A session. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Mr. Surveera. That was an excellent component module on entrepreneurship. to start the ball rolling in the Q&A. So the thing is, from the principals, if we can get some feedback on the recommendations made by Mr. Suravira, right, on the Entrepreneurship Club, as well as what went before. And I was also, if I may, with Mr. Suravira's permission, also add other things which might be useful, because Mr. Suravira mentioned in his earlier comments that there's a disconnect between school and families on one side and the workplace on another. For example, 5S, right? Why can't we implement 5S in our schools, for example, right? And having these mini pollers and all that. So that was another recommendation Mr. Suravira made. And if I may also add more recommendations, for example, getting Sister Shamli, getting community people, parents, students' parents, your school students' parents, to come and talk to your students about their work, what they do, right? Because these are very practical, doable things. I mean, when they have a free period, get them to do these things. And then so parents, community leaders to come and speak at our schools, right, about what they do, the work they do, stuff like that, so that students are exposed to the work world. So with that, I want to get some feedback from the school principals. Mr. Cruz, good to see you on board today. Yeah. Would you want to comment on the practicality of doing these things, starting an entrepreneurship club, inviting parents of students to come and talk about their work to your students? Yeah, over to you, Mr. Cruz. Yes.
Yes, sir. Welcome, sir. Thank you, sir, for your inviting. Therefore, I missed the time. Therefore, this is very sorry. But I joined about half an hour before. It's a very nice meeting. Then we already doing our duty, sir, in our school. Entrepreneurship club also is there. It's going functioning there, but very nice talking. I have seen you easy way to continue the club in our school side. So very, very, very kind, very, very good. But students also, when they are free, then we can start this program. This is very nice theme for us. So very good, sir. Thank you, sir. We will do continue join with you, sir. Very happy to join with you, sir. Sorry, sir. Okay. Thank you, sir.
Yeah, nothing to apologize, Mr. Cruz, but Mr. Suravira has been, he's a tough taskmaster. He has told us also we need to show action. So, Mr. Cruz, from the actions that Mr. Suravira has, it's on the slide here, by the way. I hope you can see the screen, right? So these are follow-up actions. These are actions that can be taken at the school level, Mr. Cruz. So out of this list, what are the things you think you can implement in your school immediately?
Immediately we can do, sir. Therefore, we have more students are here. The new AL batch also here. Then we can continue our entrepreneurship club is there. Our teachers also very interested about that club site. So we can sell milk, fresh milk. We can get it from our pocket area villages. Have that fresh milk also. First we can do that one also. Then we have canteen, then the need some things they can't give us. The canteen can't give us. Therefore, then after we can collect the things from out of that area. Then we can sell it the students as a very low price in some things. That is the garden things. Vegetables and etc. We can get it very easily in the school side. We have the big agro garden also. We have the big garden, so we can do it during this time. It is very possible, sir.
So, Mr. Cruz, that is great news. So that means you have a school garden where you grow vegetables and fruits and all that, and which you can sell. Am I right?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Yeah. So, Mr. Cruz, also, does your school have like a library that is open to to students to read and stuff like that, and also like a Mrs. Suravira, what was it that we were talking about? like a workshop where you can have hammers and nails and all these things, so that the maintenance work can be done by the students themselves, metalwork, woodwork. Are any of those facilities available in your school, Mr. Cruz, for students to develop their vocational skills?
What do you think? What do you think about metal works? This is, I think, this is going to the technological faculty side, but it is going. It is not functioning very highly. This is only going the smoothly, and so we have the more work in school side. Then after, we don't interest about that. First thing, sir, the principal who interest in the education side, who are there, which is the interest of the principal. This is going very highly. This is happening in the education side. But now I ask you, sir, metal work is not suitable for us. Therefore, we have the faculty also, but we don't have purchasing metal.
Teachers.
Yeah, but we have the teachers, sir. No, the teachers are doing best now. Last, if you want, sir, I can give the video also. Not now. We have the prepared one robo also. This is fixed in the entrance of the school.
Okay.
This is doing a welcome, or this saying that one. This is also happening there. Now I ask you, sir, not the focus of the robo, but I tell you, sir, we have the materials and teachers, but the guide and explain this program, but we haven't that source.
Right. Okay. So the thing is, so a recommendation for you maybe to implement is to have like a workshop where you can have like tools where you can enable your students to do like repairs, basic repairs in the school, something like that. And also, Mr. Cruz, I think you missed out on what Mr. Suravira said earlier about
Yes, sir.
Sujata.
Yes, sir.
I'm going to come to your question. It's about a
Yes,
career explorers club, right? So basically, this is to start a society, like a society, like a club, to for students to explore different careers, basically. Do you think that's a possibility in your school, Mr. Cruz?
yes, sir. They all give us very highly supported, and the garden also maintaining by the parents. They have the timetable, and they are coming to their duty, and then after they are going, they have the timetable. Only the parents are inside of the school. They are doing the garden works daily.
No, I think, Mr. Cruz, you misunderstood the question. So the thing is, Mr. Suravera, in his presentation, it's the first item here, Career Explorers Club, right? So that is a club, like a school club for the students, and they will explore different careers. For example, different careers. They will look at the newspapers, find out job vacancies, and then get themselves So they get themselves aware, make themselves aware of work. Basically, what kind of job opportunities are out there and stuff like that. Do you think that's a practical thing to start in your school, a career explorers club?
Yes, I am also ready. I am also ready. I am also interested about this program. Please, privately, please contact with me, sir. You
right? Okay.
contact.
Okay. Great. Thank you, Mr. Cruz. Yeah, Sujata. Sorry. Yeah, you had your hands raised.
Yeah, I mean, I think the principals we have here are exceptionally committed principals. That's why they come here on a Sunday morning.
That's right.
So what we need is things that all principals are able to do. So my question is, what are the incentives in the system for this kind of thing? The incentive, as far as I understand, is to the ministry or the provincial department of education as to how many people pass the O-level exam, how many people pass the scholarship exam, how many people pass the A-level. So in one school, I know the principal, he gets a children to come after school. They are not doing any of these things. They are cramming. He's getting them to cram for the exam, right? So that's why I think it's very important to change the incentives. As long as if we have the incentive, say, if they measure how many students pass the literacy and numeracy test at grade 11, if that is the mark, and how many get a completed, how many schools give them a full completed certificate. If we put that as the incentive, then the teachers will, then the students need something to put in their completion certificate, extracurricular. Then they will do that. So my question is, individual principals can't do this. We need an organized group of principals to advocate for these things. I like to know whether some principals I know, they don't, just only look at the exam marks and they do these things. But most principals don't have the incentive. So my question is, how do we get the incentives? And what do they think that, without incentives, my thesis is that without incentives, most principals won't have the time or the inclination, commitment to do this kind of thing.
Right. Yeah. Yeah. So Sujata, I hear you, right? Totally with you on this, right? So the thing is, I think Sujata, Dr. Gamage made another point, which is basically the principals who have joined this morning are the committed ones, right? So the thing is, I just to the principals, I just want to share this thought. While I fully agree with what Dr. Gamage shared just now, there are no incentives. Basically, I don't think there are any incentives really. So the thing is, so that's why our principals group is called the principal leaders group. So leaders don't wait until they are told to do something, right? So that is as per Stephen Covey, what they say is leader is a person who asks the what, not the how. Right. Okay. If as a principal leader, if we are basically looking at, how do we do things, then we are not leaders. Right. So the question here is, what do we do as principal leaders? Right. So the right thing to do is to do all these things for our students. I want to go to Sister Shamali because I can't. I don't know whether there are any other principals here. Please speak up. Sister Shamali, on the entrepreneurship thing that Mr. Suravira recommended, is there anything that you think is practical for you to do? Because Mr. Suravira wants us to take action, not just come for the for this webinar and go off, right? So from this Career Explorers Club, Entrepreneurship Club, mini fairs, recognize, celebrate creative, practical achievements, introduce a book system where your students can keep track of their interests. Are any of these things doable? I think you have an entrepreneurship club, you said, right? Anything else, Mr. Shamali, that is doable for you?
Yeah, we have this entrepreneur club, and there are competitions every year. The Ministry of Education, they organize competitions for the upcoming entrepreneurs, for them to present their whatever they have made or their ideas. They can do a presentation. We do it in zonal level, then it goes to the district level, and like that. And also this idea of we do fairs, we have mini fairs, but I think we haven't done it in the way Mr. Susantha explained. We just do it for fundraising and not for it. We give a educational impact also, but not in that sense Mr. Susantha said. We just say that you have to bring something and sell it, and whether you get a profit or not. Other than that, we don't pay much attention on it. But I think it's a good idea, something I can discuss with the teachers and ask them to do it in next time. And also about bringing parents who are entrepreneurs to speak their experiences. That's also a good idea. I thought of just discussing it with the teachers. So whenever the teachers are getting absent, or when they have, especially now they have training programs, 2-day, 3-day training programs. During those time, we can invite some parents to come and speak to those classes about their experience, because in this area, there are a lot of farmers, a lot of people who are doing business.
Mm-hmm. Right. Sister Shamali, if I may add, so the idea here, Mr. Suravira has to correct me if I'm wrong, but to have a system in place, not do things on an ad hoc basis. So, for example, every term we would we would run the mini polar, maybe the first term of the year. Maybe the second term of the year, we will get parents to talk about their professions to our children. So to have systems in place so that it will happen like our sports meets happens every year, like that, to have a calendar so that
Yeah.
we do it systematically, not on an ad hoc basis. Yeah.
Yeah, we can include in our
School
5-year
calendar,
plan.
school
And
calendar,
yeah,
school calendar.
we
Yeah.
have a 5-year plan. Every year we make then yearly plans.
Right.
So we can include these activities into that.
Right. Great. Excellent. Thank you, Sister Shamali, for for the questions and your support and for taking this message, implementing what we discussed today. Right. Implementation is the main thing. Right. Otherwise, it's like a case of NATO. NATO stands for no action, talking only. Right. So we need to show that we are people of action, that we can also action. Mr. Suravira, any last comment from you very quickly before we wind up?
Yes, I am very happy. At least PV school implement this one. I think it will be a model for others to follow.
That's right. That's right.
Now that I want to tell about that one more brief explanation.
Mr. Suravira, very quickly, because we are running out of time. Yeah, very quickly. Yes.
SME structured learning experience.
Right.
That Minika I explained.
Yes,
not
correct.
only that one, even soft skill.
Right.
Soft skill. If we are doing the sport meet, lot of leadership, lot of teamwork are happening, communication happening. That SLE, structured learning experience, can capture them.
That's right. Yeah.
Them.
Yeah. Briefing, as you said, the briefing before the sport meet, and then after the sport meet to have a debrief. What did we learn? What did we do well? What are the things we can do better?
Sport activities are happening in parallel.
Right.
Leadership development, teamwork development, communication happening. So many that communication failures are happening. That is a lot of learning are happening.
That's
through
right.
SLE, those things could be addressed. Thank you very much.
Yes. Thank you very much, Mr. Suravira. So that brings us to the end of the webinar.